Mr. Horace, thank you for your service. Let me apologize. I'm going to be wanting yes/no answers. I think some of these you have already, but because of the nature of the time. Let me just repeat, your report does not vindicate the president or conclude that the Trump campaign did not conclude with the Russians. Is that accurate?
Our report doesn't address the Russia.
Your report doesn't have anything to do with the numbers of individuals that were connected to the Trump administration, Trump campaign with Russia. You didn't deal with any of these, including the picture of Papadopoulos, who was indicted in the meeting in Trump Tower.
Our review focused on the mid-year investigation.
Thank you very much. Donald Trump is the first sitting president in history whose campaign chairman spent his time behind bars during his own presidential campaign. But none of these issues were investigated by your investigation. Is that correct?
Our review concerned the Clinton email investigation.
And then let me quickly, your report does not, excuse me, I am interested to know about Chapter 7, pages 260, 262. You cite all of the reasons for concluding that Secretary Clinton did not break the law or have any basis to conclude that she broke the law for her use of a private server. Is that accurate still?
That are the prosecutor's reasons as given to us and explained to us and as our analysis.
And you didn't counter that in your report?
Correct.
Did you say that it was grounded in the law, facts, and applicable DOJ precedent?
Based on the evidence we'd reviewed, that is what we found with regard to the prosecutor's decision.
And her campaign was not subject of a federal counterintelligence investigation by a nation's law enforcement, to your knowledge, or at least you didn't investigate that?
There was a review on that issue, and I could talk a little bit more about it. I'd need to tease that out just a little, Congressman.
But it did not impact the original or the basis of your report?
The finding was that there was no intrusion.
In light of what you saw, would you think it was reasonable for Americans to conclude that Secretary Clinton was a victim of a double standard in light of the information that the FBI had about the Trump administration, or excuse me, campaign, and its opening of the investigation that was not leaked?
I'm going to focus on what our conclusion was as opposed to the public's. Our conclusion was the standard that should have applied was the same one that the director applied to the Russia investigation and the Clinton Foundation investigation.
And it was not the same standard?
It was not the same standard. That was
I want to show these documents which show the leaks from the Southern District and others from the FBI. Do you find that troubling that leaks in your report went out?
Just to be clear, we do not say where those are from, or we simply put in there the individual's titles, but we're very concerned, as we explained in here. We're asked to look at leaks all the time, in this matter, other matters, and if there are, as you know, multiple people who have had disclosures or contact, it makes it very hard to figure out.
Do you think they were biased toward Mrs. Clinton?
I have no idea one way or the other.
Let me move to the Strzok page questioning that I have. On November 2016, the day after the presidential election, Lisa Page sent a quote to Peter Strzok, "Are you going to give out your calendar? Some seems kind of depressing. Maybe it should be just the first meeting of the secret society." Mr. Horace, are you familiar with that text?
I am.
On January 24, 2018, Ron Johnson went to Fox News and indicated, shouting, "It's further evidence of corruption, more bias, corruption at the highest levels, the secret society. We have an informant that was talking about a group holding secret meetings off-site. There's so much smoke and there's so much suspicion." Mr. Horace, did your report find any evidence of a secret society at the FBI?
We did not find any.
Did your report find any evidence that there was a group of the FBI holding secret meetings off-site?
I'm not sure we looked for that, but certainly part of the mid-year investigation we didn't see.
In fact, Page explained that the calendars referenced in this text message was funny and snarky calendars of Russian President Vladimir Putin in different poses, such as holding up a kitten. Mr. Horace, Page and Strzok both told your investigators that secret society was used as a joke. Is that correct?
That's what they told us.
On August 15, 2016, Strzok had sent Page a text that stated, quote, "I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, and there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. Mr. Horace, in your report, Strzok explains a reference in his text to an insurance policy, quote, reflected his conclusion that the FBI should investigate the allegations thoroughly right away as if Trump was going to win. Is that correct?
That was his explanation.
Did your report reach any conclusions that would contradict Mr. Strzok's explanation?
I think it's fair to say we had concerns about what his intentions were there.
Did any of what you came across suggested that they had a plan to undermine the election of Donald Trump.
We did not investigate, as we said here, the Russia matter. We have ongoing work in that regard. So.
And was there, in your opening statement, I think you said, the Director Comey, clearly departed from the norms and undermined the perception of fairness of the FBI. Those are my paraphrasing words. And is that in relation to his handling of former Secretary Clinton's emails, of which you found that she did not break the law based upon their report?
The gentlelady's time has expired, but you may answer the question.
Yes, Comey violated the norms, as you said. We didn't find that she didn't break the law. We found what the prosecutor's assessment was of it and determined that it was based on the facts and the law.
And that was that she did not break the law?
That was their conclusion, correct.
Thank you. I yield back.